Meghan Markle getting emotional over being a new mother and living in the spotlight in the royal family. The Duchess of Sussex opened up in this really raw interview with ITV. Watch this.
Look, any woman, especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable. And so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn, especially as a woman, it's a lot. So you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. But it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
And the answer is, would it be fair to say not really okay? And it's really been a struggle.
Yes.
Quite an interesting moment. Now here for Ladies Night, Carly Shimkus, Susan Lee, and Jessica Tarlov. Jess, what'd you make of that?
I really enjoyed the 1 minute and 15 seconds that we've seen of it so far. It definitely makes me want to watch the interview more.
Yeah, it's going to air on Sunday night.
Yeah, I think that, there's obviously a few schools of thought about Meghan Markle, and she's gotten tremendous negative coverage as a new princess over there, and people want to talk about their relationship.
She's a duchess, by the way.
Sorry, Duchess. But when Harry came out, I guess a month ago, they announced that they were suing. Two outlets, I believe, and he said, I lost my mother to this. This isn't a joke. This isn't about wanting a picture of my baby or of my wife. This is literally the thing that killed my mother. You could see how important this is for both of them and also how unified they are. I think it's a wonderful thing to see that openness and that rawness about what they go through.
Yeah. I thought two things. It reminded me of the moment when Princess Diana was interviewed, and she said, she was talking about her husband's infidelity, and she said, well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Wow.
And that was after they had separated. Now, I am not in any way suggesting anything about the marriage of Meghan and Harry. I'm only saying that that kind of raw emotion and admitting vulnerability is simply not done in this family. I thought it was very American of her, Carly.
She has been under such an intense media spotlight, and in the beginning, it was great. She was a Hollywood actress marrying a prince, and then it turned to she's high maintenance. She's breaking up the two brothers. She's breaking up the royal family. And I remember there was this video of her that went viral where she was using a British accent when she was saying hello, and people were making fun of her. And that's because those clips and those headlines get more clicks. They make more money. And I thought this was such a candid and honest and raw moment where it brings everybody back, and we're reminded that there is a human being that is affected by these gossip headlines.
Yeah, I think that's true. Susan?
Yeah, I enjoyed your British accent, by the way, Martha.
My Diana imitation.
Yes, but is it wrong of me to not have that much sympathy for her?
A lot of people feel that way.
Well,
a lot of people feel that way.
Because, she's an actress. She knew what she was getting into. I know there was intense media scrutiny, but she knew this is the royal family. This is just not anybody that she's getting involved with, and she saw what Princess Diana went through. I think I would say that this is something that was part of the plan, to be honest.
Part of the plan. I don't think part of the plan was for her to get, wall-to-wall negative coverage on things that probably she sees and they're not very fair. And also, just because she does have this wonderful privileged life doesn't mean that anybody should face such hatred.
But a lot of it came from her own family. I mean, her father has been horrible, shared everything with the British tabloids, which are 10 times worse than the worst American tabloids.
You bring up such a good point, and I think one of the reasons she has fallen victim to this is because people love the smell of vulnerability, and she has been given so much.
I wouldn't say victim is a word I would use. I would say she's actually benefited a lot from this in terms of
I said that
exposure,
that people love vulnerability, and I think that they see that she has this vulnerable side, although she was given such privilege, and then you attack.
But the contrast also between the treatment of Kate Middleton versus Meghan Markle is so stark here. So Kate, who is actually a princess, is universally adored in the UK. Yes. I lived in London for 6 years. I was there for the first royal wedding. The country shut down. It was like Christmas Day or Boxing Day because of this. And the way that she comports herself, everything is the perfection, right, of William and Kate. When the tabloids run wild and they say it isn't as perfect, people don't even care. And then the way that Meghan Markle is treated, they even pick on the causes that she wants to support, right? She's an extremely charitable person.
Do you think it's because she's an American or because she's divorced or because
I think it's all of those things. I think the fact that she's half black has been an issue as well. There are all sorts of things. I mean, the way that she did her wedding, bringing over a gospel choir, these are things that are innovating.
I don't think anyone criticized the gospel choir.
I think
changing the way that monarchy does things, and the Queen is down for it, which I love about the Queen.
Yeah, they seem like
that doesn't
they
mean
get along
that
well. But I would be curious to know, and we will never know the answer to this question, whether or not this goes over well with what they call the firm, because they don't really like.
They are modernizing,
sort of to show
though,
these vulnerabilities. But it may. I think in essence, I think it serves her well because it does show her as a human being.
Yeah.
And I think very relatable. And I think
their marriage is quite real, and I think that's important too in all of this, because people love to say it's all a deal, right? And
I mean, there's so many people watching this right now who are going, "Who cares? We hate the royal family. We hate that." I just find it's just sort of gossipy in an interesting way. Anyway, so here's General Mattis. Royal in New York last night was the Alfred Smith dinner, which is an annual event where everyone wears white tie. It's a very elegant evening. Here's what General Mattis had to say about some of the treatment that he's received from the President of the United States. Watch.
And I'm not just an overrated general. I am the greatest, the world's most overrated. I'm honored to be considered that by Donald Trump because he also called Meryl Streep an overrated actress. So I guess I'm the Meryl Streep of generals.
Jess.
I really enjoyed it. He also had a great line about earning his bone spurs on the battlefield versus in a doctor's office. I mean, it's been interesting because he's obviously out on book tour and people have been dissatisfied with his unwillingness to come clean about what he thinks about President Trump. He came clean last night, I would say.
There's always with humor. I mean, I don't think he's not going to stand up there and sort of take issue with the commander-in-chief.
No, but it's not the same kind of silent, stoic standing there. It's getting a little bit into the dirt with it. I really enjoyed it. I thought whoever wrote his speech, I thought did a great job.
He's pretty funny. Maybe he made up the jokes himself.
Yeah.
All right, we got to leave it there, ladies. Thank you so much.